Hello everyone, I am Guru Prasad Upadhyaya, HOD, Department of Mathematics, Canara Engineering College. So in this video, I am going to discuss the integral calculus, double integrals in polar form. So it is third lecture in module 3 of 18 Mat 11, that is calculus of linear algebra, VTU syllabus. Not only that, how we can convert from Cartesian form to polar form, that also I am going to discuss in this video. Now, first question is, how we can convert a Cartesian form double integral to polar form by substituting x equal to r cos theta, y is r sin theta, dx dy is r dr d theta. That means Jacobian of xy with respect to r theta is r. Therefore, dx dy is r dr d theta. And find the region in Cartesian form to polar form. That means find the limits in terms of r and theta. This is how we can convert the double integral in Cartesian form to polar coordinates. Now, first we will discuss the problems of the double integral in polar form. The first question is, calculate double integral r cube dr d theta over the area included between the circles r equal to 2 cos theta and r equal to 4 cos theta. How we can draw the circle r equal to 2 cos theta? When theta is 0, r becomes 2. That means in the initial line from 0 to 2. When theta is pi by 2, cos pi by 2 is 0. That means r is 0. Therefore, r varies from 2 to 0 when theta varies from 0 to pi by 2. That is how we can draw the circle. Consider the pole and initial line. When theta is 0, cos 0 is 1, therefore r is 2. When theta is pi by 2, so this is pi by 2, cos pi by 2 is 0, therefore r is 0. That means 2 to 0 and 0 to 2, like this. So this circle r equal to 2 cos theta. So it looks like this. And r equal to 4 cos theta, same logic, r equal to 4 cos theta. The question is, evaluate the double integral over the area between these two circles. That means in this area. Therefore, when you are going to find the limits of theta and r, theta varies from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. For every theta, r varies from 2 cos theta to 4 cos theta. So that is the logic. Theta varies from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, and for every theta, r varies from 2 cos theta to 4 cos theta. That's all. Therefore, double integral r cube dr d theta in the region between the circles r equal to 2 cos theta and r equal to 4 cos theta become integral minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, 2 cos theta to 4 cos theta r cube dr d theta. When theta varies from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, r varies from 2 cos theta to 4 cos theta. That is the logic. And we know that the integral of r cube with respect to r is r power 4 divided by 4. But the limit is 4 cos theta upper limit, lower limit of r is 2 cos theta. When you apply the upper limit, it becomes 4 power 4 cos power 4 theta minus lower limit is 2 power 4 cos power 4 theta. By taking cos power 4 theta outside, using calculator, you can evaluate the remaining constant. That means 4 power 4 minus 2 power 4 divided by 4. 4 power 4 minus 2 power 4 divided by 4. That means using calculator you can simplify that. So it becomes 60. 60 into cos power 4 theta. Now cos power 4 theta is an even function. Therefore minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 becomes 2 times of 0 to pi by 2. And hence it becomes 120 into integral 0 to pi by 2 cos power 4 theta d theta. And using the reduction formula concept, cos power 4 theta, 4 is even, in integral of cos power 4 theta from 0 to pi by 2 is nothing but start the denominator from 4 and then numerator 3 and then 2, 1 and then multiplied by pi by 2. So that is the concept, 4, 3, 2, 1 and multiplied by pi by 2 because n is even. So integral of 0 to pi by 2. So that I discussed in the first lecture. Please go through it once again and simplify this. Now 4 to the 8, cancel 8 from 120, it becomes 15. 15 3 is 145 pi divided by 2. So this is the required answer for this double integral. Now one more example. Evaluate double integral r square sin theta dr d theta over the semicircle r equal to 2a cos theta above the initial line. And we already discussed the circle r equal to 2 cos theta. Here 2a cos theta, a may be any constant, positive constant, r equal to 2a cos theta, same circle above the initial line. And hence the circle above the initial line means it is in the first quadrant. Pole, initial line. Now r equal to 2a cos theta. Above the initial line means semicircle above the initial line means in the first quadrant area. Therefore theta vary from 0 to pi by 2. To cover the first quadrant, theta vary from 0 to pi by 2. And for every angle theta, r vary from 0 to 2a cos theta, because you are integrating double integration over the semicircle. Therefore 0 to 2a cos theta. Theta varies from 0 to pi by 2. For every theta, r varies from 0 to 2a cos theta. Like that you are going to cover this semicircle r equal to 2a cos theta. And hence the limit is double integral 0 to pi by 2, 0 to 2a cos theta r square sin theta dr d theta. That is the question. Now sin theta is constant. You are integrating first with respect to r. Integration of r square is r cube by 3. Sin theta is constant and limit of r is 0 to 2a cos theta. Upper limit is 2a cos theta. Its cube is 8a cube cos cube theta by 3. That means 8a cube you take outside, by 3 is also take outside. That means 8a cube by 3 integral 0 to pi by 2 cos cube theta into sin theta d theta. Either by substitution method or by reduction formula method you are able to evaluate this. By the reduction formula method it becomes very easy. Sum of this index, that means power is 3 here, here 1, 3 plus 1 is 4. Start the denominator from 4 and reduce 2 to 2. And in the numerator, reduce 1 from 3, that is 2. And here 1, therefore you are not able to reduce 1, therefore stop it. Therefore 3 and both are odd, therefore no need of writing pi by 2. 8a cube by 3 and denominator is 3 plus 1 is 4 and reduce 2, that is 2. 3 minus 1 is 2, that is numerator. And m minus 1 becomes 0, therefore don't write that. 2, 4, 4 to the 8, cancel 8, 2a cube by 3. Answer is 2a cube by 3. So for this you, if you are not able to understand this concept of the integral formula, please go through the first lecture once again. So I explained this integral 0 to pi by 2 sin power m theta cos power n theta d theta. So direct formula. So by that formula we will got 2 by 4 into 2 cancel 8. So 2a cube by 3. So this is the answer for this double integration. One more example. Evaluate double integral r dr d theta divided by root a square plus r square over one loop of the Leibniz gate r square equal to a square cos 2 theta. The question here is how we can draw this Leibniz gate r square equal to a square cos 2 theta. Since the angle is 2 theta, please go through the angle from 0 to pi by 4 to pi by 2 like that. That means increment of pi by 4. When you are going to discuss the increment of pi by 4, you are able to draw the graph figure. Now the question is pole and initial line. When theta is 0, cos 0 is 1, r square is a square means r is plus or minus a. It may be a or minus a. And when theta is pi by 4, this is the angle pi by 4. 2 pi by 4 is pi by 2. Cos becomes 0. Cos of pi by 2 is 0. Therefore, r square is 0 means r is 0. So, a to 0 and similarly plus or minus means minus, it goes to this side also. A to 0 and 0 to, that means a to, so negative direction also. When r is, theta is 0, r is either a or minus a. And similarly, when theta is pi by 4, r is 0 or 0. And take any angle between 0 to pi by 4 when r is here or here. That means plus or minus. R square is a square into some number. And similarly, when theta varies from pi by 4 to 3 pi by 4 or here 5 pi by 4 to 7 pi by 4 in this area, cos becomes negative. For example, cos of pi is, when theta is pi by 2, 2 pi is pi. Cos pi is minus 1. R square is minus a square. That means there is no curve because it is imaginary. R square always positive. If it is negative, that is imaginary. R becomes imaginary. Therefore, no curve in between pi by 4 to 3 pi by 4. And after 3 pi by 4 to pi, 2 times of that, it comes in the fourth quadrant and hence it is 0 to. So it looks like this. Here minus a or a to 0, again its negative means 0 to a. R is varies from 0 to a. Now the question is, evaluate this double integral over one loop of the Leibniz gate means I am going to consider this loop. So in this loop, angle varies from minus pi by 4 to pi by 4, not pi by 2 to pi by 2. Careful, because there is no curve in between pi by 4 to 3 pi by 4 and 5 pi by 4 to 7 pi by 4. No curve. Therefore, when you are going to integrate from, when you are going to integrate over one loop of the Leibniz gate means angle varies from minus pi by 4 to pi by 4, minus pi by 4 to pi by 4. For any angle theta, r varies from 0 to a point on this curve. Point on Leibniz gate means r becomes a into root cos 2 theta. Therefore, r varies from 0 to a into root cos 2 theta. Take square root of this. Therefore, r becomes a into root cos 2 theta. So, this is how we can find the limits for this double integration. Theta varies from minus pi by 4 to pi by 4. For every angle theta, r varies from 0 to a root cos 2 theta, r by root a square plus r square dr d theta. and concentrate on this. You are integrating with respect to r by root a square plus r square. Now, the derivative of root a square plus r square is 1 by 2 root a square plus r square into 2r. Cancel 2. That is r by root a square plus r square. Therefore, its integral is root a square plus r square. Or you can do by one more method. Assume that a square plus r square is t. Then 2r dr is dt. And hence r dr is dt by 2. This integral becomes dt by 2 root t. dt divided by 2 root t is nothing but its integration is root t, because derivative of root t is 1 by 2 root t. Therefore, integration of 1 by 2 root t with respect to t is root t. T is what? Root t is a square plus r square. Therefore, its integration is root a square plus r square. Upper limit of r is a root cos 2 theta. When you substitute the upper limit, square of this means a square cos 2 theta. So, square root cancels when you square root cos 2 theta. Therefore, it is a square cos 2 theta. Take a square common outside. Square root of a square is a into root 1 plus cos 2 theta. And we know the formula, PUC formula, that is 1 plus cos 2 theta is 2 cos square theta. 1 plus cos 2 theta is 2 cos square theta. Therefore, it becomes root 2 cos theta. 2 cos square theta square root sine. Therefore, root 2 cos theta. A into root 2, take outside. Now, the integration of cos theta from minus pi by 4 to pi by 4 is nothing but 2 times of 0 to pi by 4, because cos theta is even. So, 2 into root 2 into a cos theta. 2 into root 2 into a integral of cos theta from 0 to pi by 4. Minus pi by 4 to pi by 4 becomes 0 to pi by 4. Integral of cos theta is sin theta. Upper limit is pi by 4. Lower limit is 0. Sin pi by 4 is 1 by root 2. Cancel root 2. So, the answer is 2a. So, it is very simple. A 2 root 2 integral of cos theta is sin theta, and upper limit is pi by 4, lower limit is 0. Sin 0 is 0, lower limit value is 0, 0 into anything is 0. Therefore, lower limit value is 0. Upper limit value is 1 by root 2, because sin of pi by 4, sin 45 degree, that you already studied in first PU. Sin 45 degrees 1 by root 2, cancel root 2. So, answer is 2a. Therefore, double integral of r dr divided by root a square plus r square over one loop of the lemniscate r square equal to a square cos 2 theta is 2a. I hope you got the idea. Now, next 2-3 problems I am going to discuss how we can convert from Cartesian to polar form. I will repeat once again. From Cartesian to polar form, put x is r cos theta, y is r sin theta, dx dy is r dr d theta. Careful here, dx dy is r dr d theta. And not only that, convert the limits in polar form. In this question, evaluate double integral from 0 to infinity e power minus x square plus y square dx dy by changing to polar coordinates means, first here given y varies from 0 to infinity, for every y from 0 to infinity, x also from 0 to infinity. That means it is the first quadrant. So, in whole first quadrant you are integrating. To cover this first quadrant, it is very clear, theta vary from 0 to pi by 2. Theta vary from 0 to pi by 2. For every theta, r vary from 0 to infinity, because here y vary from 0 to infinity. For every y, x vary from 0 to infinity. That means it covers like this. Horizontally, it covers the first quadrant. Now, when you are going to change into polar coordinates, theta varies from 0 to pi by 2. For every theta, r varies from 0 to infinity. That means this line from 0 to infinity, that line radially it covers, and hence r varies from 0 to infinity. So, this line is from 0 to pi by 2. Rotate this line, that means it covers the first quadrant. So, that is how we can find the limits in polar form, and hence theta varies from 0 to pi by 2. For every theta, r varies from 0 to infinity. And then x square plus y square, x is what? R cos theta, y is r sin theta, x square plus y square becomes r square, and hence e power minus r square. And I already discussed about this, dx dy is r dr d theta. Now, how we can integrate r e power minus r square dr d theta? Assume that r square is t, 2r dr is dt, or if you assume minus r square is t, then minus 2r dr is dt, but here r dr is there, therefore divided by minus half into minus 2. Minus half into minus 2 is 1. Therefore, multiply and dividing by minus 2 means minus half e power minus r square minus 2r dr into d theta. Here, if minus r square is t, minus 2r dr is dt, e power t dt, integration of e power t dt is e power t. T is nothing but minus r square, and hence minus half integral 0 to pi by 2 e power t, e power minus r square, limit of r is 0 to infinity. When you are going to apply the upper limit, e power minus r is infinity. E power minus infinity means 1 by e power infinity. No doubt it is 1 by infinity form, therefore it is 0. Upper limit value is 0. Lower limit value, when you substitute r is 0, e power 0 is 1. And hence 0 minus 1. So, integral value is minus 1. Here minus half. Minus half into minus 1 is half. And hence half into integral 0 to pi by 2 d theta. Integral of 1 with respect to theta is theta. Upper limit is pi by 2. And hence pi by 2 into half, that is pi by 4. So, that is required answer. I hope you got the idea how we can change from Cartesian to polar form. Okay, we will discuss one more problem to get the idea. Evaluate by changing into polar form double integral 0 to 1, 0 to root 1 minus y square, x square plus y square dx dy. Actually, it's very easy in polar form because the given concept here is y varies from 0 to 1, y equal to 0, y equal to 1. In between 0 and 1, y equal to 0 and 1, for every y, x varies from 0 to a point on this curve, x equal to root 1 minus y square, or you just square it, x square equal to 1 minus y square, or x square plus y square equal to 1. Clearly, it is a circle with center at 0, 0 and radius 1, and hence the lower limit of x is 0, upper limit of x is root 1 minus y square, means a part of the circle x square plus y square equal to 1 in the first quadrant. So, in this area you are going to evaluate the integral of x square plus y square. Now, how we can convert this area in terms of polar form? Clearly, to cover the first quadrant, theta varies from 0 to pi by 2, and hence for every theta from 0 to pi by 2, r varies from 0 to a point on the circle. A point on the circle means x square plus y square is 1, and we know that x square plus y square is r square. R square equal to 1 means r is 1. Therefore, r varies from 0 to 1. So, it is very simple. The limit of This area in terms of polar form is theta varies from 0 to pi by 2, r varies from 0 to 1. Now theta varies from 0 to pi by 2, r varies from 0 to 1. X is r cos theta, y is r sin theta. Therefore, x square plus y square is r square. Dx dy is r dr d theta. Totally it becomes r cube. Follow now? X square plus y square is r square. Dx dy is r dr d theta. And hence it is r cube dr d theta. Integral of r cube is r power 4 by 4. Limit is from 0 to 1. Upper limit is 1. 1 power 4 is 1. 1 by 4. Lower limit is 0. Therefore, 1 by 4 you take outside and integrate 1 with respect to theta. Integral of 1 with respect to theta is theta. Upper limit of theta is pi by 2. And hence, lower limit is 0. Therefore, pi by 2 into 1 by 4. Pi by 2 into 1 by 4 is nothing but pi by 8. So, that is the required answer. Okay. Now, one more question. Evaluate by changing to polar coordinates. X vary from 0 to x vary from 0 to 2. For every x, y vary from 0 to root 2x minus x square. Here, sometimes it looks very complicated, but actually it's very easy. Either you convert the upper limit of y to polar form, you'll get the idea. Otherwise, just go to the concept you studied in second PU. Here, first you check the given order in Cartesian form. X-axis, y-axis. X-axis means y equal to 0. Y-axis means x equal to 0. X varies from 0 to 2. X equal to 0, this is the line. And x equal to 2. In between x equal to 0 to 2, y varies from 0 to root 2x minus x square. See here, y varies from 0 to root 2x minus x square. How we can get the idea of this? When y is root 2x minus x square, y square is 2x minus x square, or x square plus y square is 2x. X square plus y square minus 2x equal to 0. So, it is general form of the circle with the center at minus g minus f, and hence center is 1 0 because f is 0, g is 1 minus 1, and hence minus g means 1. Center is 1 0 and radius is 1, and hence the circle with radius 1. So, you draw a circle with center at 1 0 with radius 1. Therefore, x is 2 means this length is 2 and this length, total length is 2 means midpoint is 1. So, this is the, or one more method here, how we can get the idea. Here y varies from 0 to root 2x minus x square. When y is root 2x minus x square, when you square these two and rearrange, x square plus y square is 2x. X square plus y square in polar form is r square because x is r cos theta, y is r sin theta. So, r square equal to 2x, 2r cos theta, cancel r equal to 2 cos theta. That we already discussed. R equal to 2 cos theta is the circle in this form, and hence no need to worry. Either you convert this upper limit into polar form, you will get the idea. Now, the question is, in this semicircle, you are going to evaluate this integration. Why? Because x varies from 0 to 2. For every x, y varies from 0 to a point on the circle. That means semicircle. And hence, in polar form, theta varies from 0 to pi by 2. For every theta, r varies from 0 to a point on the circle. What is r? A point on the circle? It is 2 cos theta. So, this is very simple logic. But how we can convert this into polar form? Now, r varies from 0 to 2 cos theta. Theta varies from 0 to pi by 2. R varies from 0 to 2 cos theta. The logic, r varies from 0 to pi by theta varies from 0 to pi by 2. R varies from 0 to 2 cos theta. Now here x is r cos theta, dx dy is r dr d theta. Therefore, numerator becomes r square cos theta dr d theta. Denominator is x square plus y square, that is r square. Cancel r square. So cos theta dr d theta. Here, when you are going to integrate with respect to r, treat theta constant means cos theta is constant. Integration of 1 is r. Upper limit is 2 cos theta. Therefore, 2 cos theta into cos theta is 2 cos square theta. Lower limit of r is 0. So, it becomes 2 cos square theta d theta from 0 to pi by 2. And by the reduction formula, cos square theta means 2 1 pi by 2. So, integral of cos square theta from 0 to pi by 2 is pi by 4 into 2. Therefore, answer is pi by 2. This 2 here, cos square theta 2 1 by the reduction formula concept. Cos square theta integral from 0 to pi by 2 is 2 1, since it is even, pi by 2. Cancel 2, answer is pi by 2. This is how we can changing to polar form, how we are able to evaluate the double integration. I hope you got the idea how we can change into polar form, and similarly how we can evaluate the double integration in polar form. Thank you for watching this video.